daddy song and then turned around and walked away. Hello? The professor is back. Hello? Are you here for probation?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this out of your way. They won't come to the window unless you tell them that you were here. They do not like me.
Oh. Hello? 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 Hello?
Tell them you're here for probation service.
Hello, I'm here for probation services.
They're very scared.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody here? I'm trying to check in for probation. Hello? The fuck?
They'll probably be back out here in a second.
Don't forget your keys. You left your keys.
No, I'm just walking around. I'm not.
Yes, I come here for records and they don't like to do the job, so they hide in the back. We have police on the way.
Yeah, that don't have nothing to do with me.
I know, they should be willing to help you. This is a crappy company. Crappy company.
Hello? I'm here to check in for probation, ma'am.
Okay, why are you sticking your head in the window? You're not supposed to do that.
Because I've been waiting and nobody's come to the window, baby. Would you come here, please?
Hey, we have to do a records request with you.
Hang on a second. Thank you, guys.
I didn't hear anything on the radio yet.
Well, today I'm going to sit here until they come. I'm not going to allow this to continue any longer. You must be held accountable. They even give their own customers crappy service. He has knowingly and willfully refused. They think the time is easy to waste, but not my time. I'm a very valuable professor. Many classes to teach. Many lectures to give. I work with Dr. Ruth. Perhaps you've heard of her.
They should have?
Yeah.
Who did it?
Lady. I'd like to get some public records from you folks.
Sir, do not open my window, please. We've already advised you who you needed to go to contact us. Have a good day.
I'd like to get some public records,
If you
ma'am.
don't comply with what I'm asking you to do, stop opening my window. I
What?
wish I could lock it.
What would you do? What would you do?
Okay, we can call the police. There ain't nobody can do it.
Oh yes, please, please call the police.
I need these guys to do.
Tell them to hurry, I don't have all day. Tell them it's a crime of opening the window. That's got to be a felony, right? Opening the window?
I think so.
I've seen it in statue one time. I think it was in Pakistan.
They chop your hands off.
They chop your hands off, you open the window. Are you the supervisor, ma'am? I need to speak with the supervisor, please.
No, they haven't asked anybody to leave either.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Good, how are you, Sergeant?
Doing great.
So,
What's going on?
came up to the window,
Mm-hmm.
they saw it was me, they shut the window.
Mm-hmm.
I've been here now for, it says 39 minutes, but I'll say I started outside and walked in. I've been here for 35 minutes waiting. They won't take my request.
Okay.
Now, I don't want them to take my request. I just want to sign my affidavit, charging affidavit
Okay.
against them, because I'm not going to give them the opportunity to,
Yeah,
because you've now wasted a half hour of my time, and
absolutely.
I'm pretty busy. There was 2 people that refused me. There was a gentleman, I got his picture here, and I also brought up case law dealing with this exact situation. So this gentleman here,
Okay.
and then this young lady right here. Both
Okay.
of them refused my services.
And what were your services again?
The public record
Public
request.
records request.
Right, and I already gave you that statute, but let me, so they have a contract with the state. Now, this is Salvation Army versus Stanfield out of the 5th District Appeals Court in Florida. And it says here basically that the Salvation Army, because they took over the misdemeanor probation in my county, Marion County, that they are contractually obligated to.
And it falls under the same statute,
It falls under the
019,
same-
I think it's 07, is contractors.
Right. Right.
I
Okay, so you've already looked that up, yeah. So, but this case already said, if you're handling this business for the
if you're
county,
contracted by the state,
That's
or the
right.
county, you're
now
subject to
she's
provide
gonna
public records.
right now she's gonna say, well, we told them where to go to get that, but if you're familiar with the law, I don't have to go anywhere but the agency.
Yeah, I think they would have 8 days to provide it.
They've got like 10 days.
Yeah, 10
They
days.
have,
Reasonable time, yeah.
One of the things on there you may not mention is their contract that they have with the state of Florida says that there's a 119 provision warning on there, and it says that you have to abide by public record laws. And that's one of the things that's here is the last time when I think there was a documentation report that was done, they refused to do it then. If they are saying that he has to go to Georgia, something like that.
Yeah, their main office is up in Georgia, and I don't have to do
once
that.
Once you do that, then police generally will say, well, that's out of the jurisdiction of Florida. This is a Florida incident. This is a Florida location. They're 100% provide. They don't do any other services here except for provide for the state of Florida.
Actually,
What they're supposed to do also is take your request,
And
get your information, and give it to whoever, and
that's it.
get the information back.
that's right. Now, last time I came here, we filled out the report. They made the guy come out and take the request. He came out and took the request. That's literally been about a year. I
Okay,
still haven't heard
and then
of it.
that's where that reasonable amount of time goes away.
Yeah,
Like within, what is it, 8 business? I think it's 8 business
Well,
days.
they're supposed to email you within like 3 days to let you know that you have made the request and they have
The
received
statute
it.
says immediately. It doesn't say days. It
Okay.
says immediately respond to acknowledge the request, and then it can be fulfilled within a reasonable amount of time. I don't know what your request was, but I was here that day. I was witness to that one, this one, and the 2 guys. I think there's enough PC here to say, hey, it's time to say, listen, they're willfully, knowingly refusing. I know the officers talked to them before. I didn't get the body camera. Their contract says that it says they're required by 119 to abide by these, and this is it. Just because they're a private agency handling public business doesn't give them secrecy.
Can I get some of the front for some public
And I just
records,
texted Doug,
please?
my attorney, about that sign right there too. It's a preemption violation, but I think he's gonna look into it further for me.
Okay, hello, it's the police department. Can I talk to anybody if anybody's back here?
the two people we reasonably believe are willfully and knowingly refusing are the black female that I can positively identify. She's here, and then the male with the red shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're both here because they just took a probationer back into
Yeah, the probation
building here.
came in after we were here.
Hello, South Daytona Police Department. They're refusing to talk to me.
Legal and law.
You people just, I got a little bit of power. Now I don't have to do anything I'm required. Oh, here's the
Hey, how you
gentleman.
doing, sir? Do you mind if I have a word with you?
That's the gentleman that
Okay.
previously refused, and they're still.
Still refusing, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna probably go back there and have a word. Mike.
In the like I said, the other one, the willful and knowingly refused. They have not provided the one from.
We'll just see who's technically
In charge.
Was it to see who was?
No, that's what he's saying.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, my name's in charge.
How you doing? I'm Sergeant Woodson. I give it to you. The records request. You told me to give you this.
Let's see what we have here, if you don't mind.
No, here, I'm gonna give it to you. She gave it to me. Which falls under the, give me the same statute. She said that's what her supervisor did. I go, well, why didn't you explain that to them when they asked for it and say, hey, look, here's our policy. This is what my supervisor told us to do if this is what happened. You know what I mean?
Right,
It would have saved.
It would, but in the fact that their policy can no way trump Florida law.
That's
like me saying that my policy.
My policy is not to get arrested.
No, I agree with you. I said, I know the statute, Florida State statute, because I did look at it, and I said, I don't know if this mimics it or not. I'd have to compare it to see if they're trying to switch it around a little bit.
Yeah,
This just says it must be made directly to the county. They're not a county entity.
No.
This has nothing to do with this place here.
Are they contracted through the
This is a
county
state
or
of Florida.
state?
Yeah, it's the state of Florida. Right?
I mean, it's probably contracted through the county, but even if it's contracted,
I'll find out.
even if it's contracted through the county, so is the Salvation Army. Now, I went through Salvation Army. I went to there 4 or 5 times before they finally complied.
Go ahead.
And that was even after they had lost the public records law case. So these guys, they don't like to follow the law. And regardless of whatever their policy is, Florida law is pretty straightforward. I can come to the agency that generates the records and I can make a public request there. What they do with that request afterwards, it doesn't matter, right? But I'm allowed by law to come here and request it from them.
And that's why I said,
So if they're
you
not,
guys trespass, I said it's a public good, and they're not causing a disturbance, they're just asking for
right, and like I said, as long as they're denying my request here, it doesn't matter if I could send it to Mother Teresa or if I can get a carrier pigeon to take it to New York, it doesn't matter.
And that's what I explained to him. I go, well, why didn't you just, you might have been told this by your management and not know how everything theoretically works.
This is also 14, 15, and 16 of 23 pages. So I don't even know what this is. This is.
If you look under.
Is this their contract?
Yeah, she said that's what the management gave her. If you look under the 119?
Who prepared this?
07?
Do you know who prepared this?
She said.
No. Do you know?
Oh no.
You don't know. So this could be something they created.
That's what I said.
You and I are both. I'm not an
statute.
attorney. He's not an attorney.
No.
They're not attorneys. The only people that can make a valid decision on this is a state attorney. I think that's because a request can be made in person, verbally, writing. Now, when they don't have a sign up here that shows who the custodian of records is, that's what they should have. But if they don't have that up there, I can't civilly sue them. It doesn't mean that they're not still liable under the Florida statute because they're receiving these records. They give you a partial contract here.
Nothing here says that they're not allowed to take requests.
Yeah. Nothing here says.
Well, the thing, let me look at the 11907 because it deals with contracted state companies. And
that case explains it. The one out of the Red Cross.
There's so many of them. Like when it.
Very few for public records. Yeah. There's Gray Chandler versus State of Florida.
Yeah, that one. No, I agree. So
But not only this, the requests that they did accept and take, they won't fulfill it. They will not fulfill it. And when I go to, where was the last place? Waste Pro. I did a public records request with Waste Pro. Waste Pro immediately said they acknowledged the request. They gave me the footage. They provided it within like 20 or 30 days. The reasonableness of a public records request depends on their caseload. But a year is not reasonable anymore. The reason why is the reason one of the requests, and there's no reason why I need to provide a reason for the request, but a lot of these agencies here are cash cows, and that's the way it is. They, instead of a warrant being done here, they'll take a warrant and they get paid per warrant. Everybody knows that. That's just the way it is. So these are things that we have to look at, and there's another incident called Cash for Kids. Judges were putting kids in the hot seat, putting them in jail, and they were getting something like $1 million per kid to put these kids in jail for non-violent crimes. And this happened in New Jersey. Look up Cash for Kids scam. And this is, the further it is for secrecy in here, not even that, we look at this as, you can't get any information out of this company here. They will not provide it. They're willfully and knowingly.
Yeah.
You told them last time, we've done a report, you
But
gotta
when
provide
I did request, when they did take my request, I never received anything. And when I talked to the lawyer up there in Georgia, he says, well, we're not required to give you anything. Is exactly what he said, which is why I'm back here. I do this all over the state. Right.
This is why it's willfully and knowingly.
Yeah, and I do this all over the state. I don't have time to come back here 3 and 4 times. I have, because they haven't complied. You know what I mean? But if you comply, you'd probably never see me again.
Well, a lot of it is lack of education on the management side. You know what I mean? Like,
no education. It's their contracts.
Like understanding.
But their attorney, according to him, is even saying that they don't have to provide anything.
Yeah,
in this statute, you don't have to prove intent. You have to provide willingly and knowingly. The last time we came here, if you look at their contract, the other half of this contract, it says it in there about the warning about public records. You are responsible to maintain and keep public records.
And if they don't comply, I do believe they're in jeopardy of losing their contract.
But that's why I say I'm not an attorney. They're not attorneys. We're not. I know that he's willing to sign a statement.
We're just going under Florida state law
and doing an affidavit of prosecution. If you guys do you do those affidavit of prosecution like the ones that Port Orange does? They make you sign a sheet that says I do want to prosecute.
Oh, you could just put that in a statement.
Okay.
As long as you put it on the statement.
Because I think at this point, like I said, they're non-receptive. They're not doing anything. This is now willfully, knowingly. I know when I asked for a records request here once, it was during the time that the Spanish officer and Wells were doing a warrant here. I came in and asked for a question, and they just said, nope, we're not giving you anything, shut the door, and then walked away. So it's like we can collectively do it. They're telling me that we're blocking people from coming in here. We moved out of the way. The lady called several times and asked for someone here. Hey, I'm on probation, I'm trying to get here. And that's when we asked him, hey, we need to make a records request. And he does like this, and they will never come out. They're willfully, knowingly violating the law. If their office is in Korea, then how do we go to that? Do I have to go to Georgia to file a complaint up there? It's not the way this works.
No, and I don't know why they didn't just talk to you and explain it.
There's no explaining. The law is clear. Like when I come up and ask you for a case number, the reason why I do those, it's the basic way to ask you for a public records request, and when you don't provide the case number, you're violating the law. I can't sue the city for it, but you're not providing the record. And that's why I go up and ask for case numbers, because that is the very, very basic fundamental of a public records request.
It's simple, it's all public record anyways, and there's no reason, unless it's medical or a Baker Act or something like that.
The case number's still non-existent.
Well, you could get it printed out of the CAD. It's just
you just
redacted like that.
But that's the fundamentals of the basic of when I test that challenge with law enforcement. But this one specifically, we have a story about the money that's brought in here, the money that's paid out per arrest, per warrant, per violation, how many they're holding.
Okay, so
and you can't do it.
So by their thing here, it says the contract or public records subject to public records disclosure requirements of section 119.071. So 119.071 states that every person who has custody of a public record shall permit the record to be inspected and copied by any person desiring to do so at any reasonable time, which usually means when they're open, under reasonable conditions, and under supervision by the custodian of the public records.
And the
So-
lobby was free and clear when we came
And
there for
that
40
even
minutes.
I think that comes, I believe, with a felony. Hold on, let me look.
No, it's a
That's the,
misdemeanor.
Is
yeah.
It's
that
when
a-
they
is that
destroy it,
another
when you
misdemeanor?
destroy it and you, non-disclosure by destroying it or getting rid of it, then you have the felony.
because
But-
there's a couple of penalties. There's different penalties for the copying one.
There's $500 fine for, that the state hands down for knowingly and willfully violating it, and then it has the misdemeanor part on it as well. But I don't think there's a felony in there. If there is, then the state's gonna write a felony.
Either
for
way,
themselves.
yeah, I wanna do a
That was the
charge.
one,
And
I
that's the
spoke to
document.
you earlier, that 907 one.
And that's the document they
Yeah.
provided there. They're providing
the
the one that says
10.
they're required.
Well, I don't want you to waste your time and go back to the PD. You want me to just do a statement here?
Yeah, absolutely. We can do a
Is that
statement here.
fine with you, or do you want to
Yeah, I
go
don't
back to
mind.
the PD? What would you
No,
guys rather do?
we're all here. It's fine. We don't have to move anywhere, and it's just.
I just want to get the ball rolling on these people because, I mean, eventually it looks like I'm going to have to sue them in order to get the records, but
But this one is.
I
beyond
want
that.
to exhaust all my possible remedies before doing that. So,
Yeah, and this one doesn't. This statute doesn't require intent. It doesn't require.
Knowingly.
It's just knowingly, willfully. They knew about it. I heard you say that you told them you have to provide these records. They're still not doing it. They're willfully taking that option to do it. It's very similar to, like I said, when I asked for case numbers, everybody hands them out and they give them to me. There's a few people that don't.
There's no reason not to.
But and similarly in Port Arms, and why the clerk responds so fast to it, I asked Sergeant Garver for a case number, for an incident number, or citation number. He refused. He drove off. I emailed the clerk and I said, hey, I just want that thing from Garver. She did all the legwork to find out what I was asking for because she knows it was a violation of what he did, in my opinion, and he refused to give me that incident and case number or call number, or P number, or
yeah.
whatever it's called. And she asked me, well, what was your request? I said, I don't know what my request is anymore. So she got with Garver and found out and said, what was he requesting? Just give him the case number as probably. And sure enough, she sent me the case number and the citation number. It was over. This one would be the same.
Yeah.
It would be over and done with.
okay, so for the violation of that, it's subject to a suspension and removal or impeachment, and in addition, commits a misdemeanor of the first degree. So that's if I requested to inspect and copy it here, which I didn't even do that. I just, wanted them to take the request, which they wouldn't do, which is still a misdemeanor.
Yeah, minimal impact.
But
you want a record, send it to us. Here's our email, but they won't take it.
Section 119.105 commits a felony of the third degree. So if anybody violates 119.105, which I'm unsure what that is,
Yeah, I don't think this one rises to it. I think that's destruction.
it's protection of victims of crimes or accidents. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's bust out a
Okay.
complaint.
You have the names of the people that
I have her first and last name, but I'm gonna look into it because she turned her back and walked away from me. So I will get it.
Yeah,
From
it's
the female that I spoke to.
it would seem easy and logical. It'd take 5 minutes to write down a request and get us out of here, and
I'm on back end, right over here, that way in the shade.
yeah.
Just put it on
he's looking to backpedal on these charges now too.
Does he?
A little bit. I'm gonna research. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, we'll research after we charge them.
Huh?
We'll research after we charge them.
Exactly. But they're not going to. What he's going to do is take a report and he's going to ask the state attorney's office. They're not going to do the charging affidavit. I have a feeling.
Let me see if you can get them on the phone. See if you can ask them, get these people to comply. Usually the custodian knows what the what the obligations are, you know what I mean? Like,
I think you had a running in with them back in Jacksonville somewhere for one of your clients from Texas.
Here you go, sir. You can use another date or wherever's you're comfortable doing it. Good to go. Oh, no, I'm gonna do it on the computer. We'll write down exactly what happened, and then I'll transfer that over to a 707 charging affidavit, which we'll send through to the state attorney's office with the Bella Road.
Yeah, let the attorneys figure it out.
Yeah, we'll send it over to the state attorney's office and let them go about it. And but this is just a written sworn statement. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not they're right on this one.
But it's yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there's a bunch of businesses that do this, but when it's so unreceptive, then it becomes that knowingly and willfully.
You know, but then like what you told me for 40 minutes or nobody was coming to the window. You guys
Sorry, I'm out of here.
okay. Hey, thank you.
What time is it now?
oh, hold on, I got one.
Thanks, Latino.
It's 1:59. I got it. I just put 2 o'clock.
Some stop sticks. Can we take some stop sticks? I've never seen them up in person, but they're just a triangle, right? You don't talk about that. I'm just curious.
Yeah, they're just a soft padded material. They have these little bicycles that pop out and then it's like a little wheel and it just breaks off from the tire. And it's like that long. It's like that's good. They work good.
Some new stuff I saw on YouTube about wrapping the tire up, like something comes out from the front of the police car and it's got webbing. Yeah, and it wraps around the tire.
Good idea.
Yeah.
You might lose
I mean,
control.
anything to keep the innocent citizens safe.
Yeah, that's the scary part when vehicles start fleeing and stuff like that, going 100 miles an hour running red lights. It's just not worth it. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Or suspended license, but a little bit of both.
The other place that's done this once before, where they kicked me out. The other place that did this, where were we at that one time when they kicked us out for public records? Was the DMV?
Which time?
At the DMV.
One city?
Yeah, when they closed it down too.
Yeah. Yeah, because some gentlemen, we're in there filming, and some gentlemen, because what they did was they shut the business down. So of course you're going to make everybody mad that's been waiting there for an hour, you know? And some guy pops off and he said, I got the right to put my foot in your ass. And I said, well, this is a stand your ground state, Trayvon. And all of a sudden we hear, because I got the 911 call too, he goes, this guy says he's got a gun and he's going to shoot anybody that gets close. I'm like, what? Where did you
I
get
wanted
that?
to ask about the Teslas. How many Teslas are registered in Florida? And at the time there was 30,000. Now there's more than that, but they refused it and shut the business down and wouldn't do anything. I was just in Shores Police Department. No, sorry, Ponce. Ponce and Police Department. Just went over there and they've got a little Bluetooth speaker they play in the lobby. And you imagine talking to Becky or whoever's in the lobby there with music playing in the lobby. You're like, hey, because they have thick glass. And they have a little hole like this. They playing like Frank Sinatra stuff. It's for this. It's for the club. And I tried to turn it down here. Turn it back up. Turn it down. Back up. Down. Give me up for 30 seconds so I can get up and you see it. Nope. I'm going to turn it back up. It's the prevention. So in government, it's always something. There's always a charge, there's always a fee, there's always something along those lines. There's some way to hide it. And this one here has gone so far above and beyond. You try, you're calling on the phone,
Their attorney saying they're not going to give anything.
Yeah, that's what she told me.
So-
That it's on body camera. But she said her manager is an attorney or something to those lines. I don't know exactly.
You can't do that. These are the people here that are here. It's just like if I were to ask you for a case number. Can I get a case number? Yeah, sure. Then you yourself are violating the law. Now, they may not
The
have.
way the law works is the custodian is whoever has the record, right? Anybody. And if there's a janitor working there and he knows the answer to my question, he's legally to provide that.
Like if you ask me for something and
Last
that
night
they
shift.
work at the desk or something like that,
Yeah,
I don't know where to go find that stuff. You know what
So
I mean?
the right thing to do is you take my email, you take that, I'll find out for you. And I want to know what the call was last night at 12 p.m. You'll say, all right, let me get your email, I'll do that, I'll pass it on to a records custodian, and we'll give it to you. That's satisfactory.
I came to the JCS probation office to request public records. This is the third time in the week where we have been in Madison service. I filed a report before with video evidence and zero to pay.
The previous year long rate, it hasn't been complete either, right?
Yeah.
I'm not your attorney. I'm not providing legal advice, but it was what I would put if I was writing that. Did you say we're being trespassed?
I told them no because it's even causing a disturbance, you were just requesting something that they didn't want to give you, and that's not enough for trespass.
Well, I hope they just get the records.
I want more records now. Like, for example, they're selling soda pop out there and they got a sign up there. Do they have a permit to do
They
that?
have a tax license, they have a DBA. I mean, the
Right.
DBA is covered under that. But are they collecting tax on the sales?
Well, you're right.
And it is a Florida statute for the tax collection too. That's why we have the DOR.
And the way I'm thinking it is just somebody in the office there buys a case of soda, puts it in their fridge, and is making a little bit of extra money on the side. And you know what I mean? Like,
There's a bunch more questions in there. Yeah, the DOR should regulate that. It's like a vending machine is taxed and food stuff, and they have information. South Daytona has a vending machine too that they don't collect taxes.
Yeah, well, we got it's a bowling,
Yeah,
it's a fridge now, and it's a donation. That's all. Yes, sir. Okay. Can I just do the remaining stuff for the report? You know?
yeah, no, I got it.
All right, and I'll fill out the rest, and let me give you a business card with the case number on it. And I will go get to work on this.
What we're doing is just putting that in the computer, registration as a charging affidavit.
I want to make sure something's not on your video. Can you give me right?
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
have to.
Oh, was it ours?
Yeah.
No, is it notarized that? What's that?
Do you need me to grab my AD, boss?
I can just run your name with the middle initial.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
That's why I was asking for the middle initial. That way you have.
Yeah, it should pop up.
Last time we did this, we had to drive his ass all over the town because he got arrested. He had a warrant.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
government likes to
Here's my business
retaliate.
card with the case number on it.
Okay, perfect.
And then let me just make sure.
Them fucking bastards for a fucking paper sticker.
Yeah.
What was it?
They put a warrant for it.
I was out recording up in Walton County, and I told their state's attorney that they're a bunch of idiots, the cops up there, because of how they treated me. and while I was in live stream, there's the push buttons to cross the street.
Yeah.
Well, they have the little sign right above it, right? Well, I put one of my stickers on it, not even thinking about it, you know, because I'm used to like Chicago and New York City where they put stickers all over the posts and stuff. And I didn't think nothing about it. And like 2 weeks later, me and him are out. It's like midnight. We're in Seminole County. And the cops see my vehicle and they run the plate and they come up and, oh, you got a warrant for your arrest. $50 in damage to the sign. They held me for 9 days. And then, and then still wanted to run me through the system. Like I had to fight it. But and when you go by today, right? When you go by that same sign today, they still haven't replaced the sign. It was like a minute amount of damage. And I went to the next county over and I showed pictures to the building guy, the street sign guy. I said, how much money? That's $50 maybe. But they literally spent thousands of tax dollars trying to prosecute me over $50 in damage that they didn't even fix. It wasn't even, it's inconsequential.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, like a sticker's not vandalism because you can pull it right off without any damage happening.
A hairdryer, take it right off. I used to do auto detailing. I'd get stickers off Mercedes and Ferraris and everything else. Interesting.
Yeah, last name is going to be Mike Echo, Tango Zulu. First name Bob Echo, Oscar Romeo. Bob Echo, middle initial G is in Delta. Date of birth is 11/29/1973. And everything you wrote on this, you swear from?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I have video evidence, so which will be going up on YouTube within the next couple of days.
Do you mind emailing that to me?
Not at all.
That my email address is on
the card,
and then I can put that into evidence for the state attorney.
Absolutely, and I'll send you the link to the other incident as well.
Okay.
So that way, you know, you guys know that we've been here a couple of times and they've refused. I mean, again, they made the guy take the record request last time, but I mean, they did no good. So
I think it's taking about Costello's.
Oh, it's 2 o'clock, so yeah, I'll probably take off just a little bit, maybe.
All right, gentlemen.
I think you.
I will take care of the rest from here on out, and I'll do the report myself.
Okay, I'll try to email you as soon as I can.
Yeah, I'll be off till Monday, so.
Okay, so there's no rush.
or anything.
Okay, perfect.
And we'll get that going. And,